Oh my gosh, do I hate YouTube. Vester Dylan, good morning. Thank you for fighting time out there on behalf of the Bear Nation. Jumping from rooftop to rooftop in your cape, making the things happen. Appreciate you. I rebuke this nonsense in the name of Yeshua. Amen. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. All 95.8 thousand of you. Get your head looked at. You probably need a consult with the Angry Viking therapist. Good morning, Brother Phelps. Shaloha, Chris. Dirty Dave, shalom. All right. I played some drums this morning. Appreciate y'all. You know the deal. You send your intel to intel@bearindependent.com. It goes to the dance monkeys. The head dance monkey in charge squeezes all of the monkeys until the intel juice falls out of them. And the head dance monkey in charge collects all of that intel juice into a copper cauldron and cooks it while cackling maniacally. And then what's left over is intel paste. And then they smear that intel paste on a sandwich, much like peanut butter, and put it in a Ziploc and send it to me. And I eat it, and I receive the visions of intel that becomes this report. But without you feeding the dance monkeys, we get no intel paste to make intel paste sandwiches with. Intel@bearindependent.com. My bear fact arrives today. Awesome. Bless you, bro. So, where then do you crap it out? You know it, Daniel. You know it. We reuse it. We compost that intel. That's right. This report is bear scat. That is correct. Intel@bearindependent.com. Okay. Everybody tracking? Tracking like a tank, bear. Roger that. Patreon is the place that you go if you want to support people like me on a platform that doesn't suck. Did I say that out loud? Anyway, the entirety of this report, as always, is on Patreon. You go there, people, it's $1 a month. If you hate it, you're out $1. You've spent $1 since I started this broadcast on something stupid, I'm sure of it. So it's not that I need your dollar, it's that I hate YouTube, and they don't really like me either. So anyway, Bear Independent on Patreon. There's like between 30 and 100 exclusive pieces of content per month there. I'd say it's worth anywhere between 1 and 3 cents per post from you. Something to consider. In any event, let's do this dang report. 20 July 2020 Bear Independent Intel Report. International COVID numbers continue to climb. Good morning, Ladybug. As of the time of this reporting, the official numbers are as follows. Global cases are 14.6 million, with 5.28 COVID dying, 5.28 million active cases. Global deaths are 607,000. Global recoveries are 8,712,000. U.S. cases, 3.88 million, with 1.945 million million active cases. U.S. deaths are 143,226, which reminds me of the SIG 226, which is a great pistol. U.S. recoveries are 1,797,000. Now, we know these numbers are fake and fabricated. That is correct. We're talking about that this morning, per usual. I don't know, Kenneth. Maybe it's just you, man. Underhill, I'm telling you. YouTube doesn't like me. We don't like them back, which is why we're on Patreon. Media scare tactics. Giant ant swarms have been mistaken for rain. Refrigerator trucks for morgue overflows. And a resurgence of the bubonic plague in Colorado. While these seem apocalyptic, these ants are not harmful. The truck for morgue overflow is an expected part of hospital risk management. And the bubonic plague is actually treatable today. So, I don't know what to tell y'all. If the quality sucks, it's not on my end. I'm hooked to the same fiber optics I usually am. So, murder ants. Yes, murder ants. Citizens are getting angry. Angry at their leaders, angry at each other, and angry at the system. Millions are at the end of their rope, still waiting for their first unemployment check in the mail after months of struggle. Others are being assaulted for not wearing masks while buying food for their families. Masses of people are still taking to the street to protest the society they believe is holding them down. And several reports from various areas include the theme of residents swarming public meetings concerning mask-wearing policies, health-related measures, and more. Several meetings have been canceled because of crowds not wearing masks and not social distancing and/or general uproar. People have had enough of the nonsense. Enough of the nonsense. Stand by. Let's see. Hold on. I'm back. I'm back. Maybe. Pretend it's anime. Good idea, Ronan. All right. So, quickly. You guys know the deal. You know where to go to get your blowout kits. What is this? This is an active shooter response kit. It's the same pouch that the bare minimum comes in. This is handmade, made in America, guaranteed forever. It's not Chinesium bullcrap. You guys know the deal. This is not some piece of garbage that was sourced, Aaron Moore, good morning, that was sourced from China and put on a shipping container and then sent here. It was designed with special forces input. It is handmade by Americans using the highest quality components that we can get. Look at the stitching, done by hand. Look, you can still see a little bit of the chalk right there from where the molly was laid out by hand. This molly's onto your kit. You pop that open. This one has a SWAT T in the top. I like the SWAT T because it works on children as well as adults and animals, by the way. Something to think about. Slide this out. This stays attached to the wall, your plate carrier, your headrest, the back of your Jeep, your boat, your Baja truck, your whatever. And then this comes out. Now you're holding a purpose-built blowout kit in your hands. It's about that big, okay? How big is it? It's about that big. Smaller than a bread box. Pop this open. What do you got in here? You got your surgical tape. You have a 6-inch emergency trauma dressing, North American Rescue, a Gen 7 cat tourniquet, gloves, Mylar blankie. You got your quick clot down here. Then in addition to your quick clot, you have, so this is commercial quick clot, but it's 2 strips. This is in the active shooter response kit. But then down below, you've got your shears, nasal pharyngeal airway, 2 5x9s right there, and not 1, but 2, not compact, but full size, high-fin chest seals, because when bullets go into people, they tend to go through people. And not always, but tend to go through people. So you want to plug both of them there holes. Otherwise, you're still going to have a sucking chest wound, which means that you're not going to be getting full breaths of air, which means you're going to be having problems. So, anyway, that's the active shooter response kit. You can find that at bearindependent.com. Please remember, you can use your HSA funds, health savings account funds, on the stomp bag, on the trauma pack insert, on the bare fac, on the bare minimum, on the active shooter response kit, and on every single component of the first aid kits that we sell there. So if you need just chest seals, you got it. Compress gauze, cool. Shears, tourniquets, emergency trauma dressings, nasal pharyngeal airways, whatever. All that stuff works. on the health savings account because it's for first aid kits and medical supplies. So there you go. And if you want to get patches, stickers, t-shirts, binders, everything else, don't do that with your HSA money because they're going to deny you because that stuff's not medical stuff. So there you go. Good talk, the best talk. Where do you go to get this? BearIndependent.com. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. 2 or more eyewitness accounts, continuity of infrastructure and supply chains. The coin shortage is continuing, affecting transactions across the nation. A viewer has noted that the large bank in their area does not have this issue, so it could be a conspiracy. So it may vary by bank and or region. Tommy, good morning. Congress is investing in the boogaloo. Listen, Bear Nation, since we're all on the res now anyway, let's do this. Let's start a police force. Let's get some of those old MRAPs from the DOD. We'll get a whole bunch of DHS funds, get everybody kitted up, and then let's just grow food and live happily ever after. Sound good? Sound good. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. Jason's in. Let's do it. Thanks, Antonio. Let's do it. Nationwide shortages that are currently ongoing. Everybody get a pen so that we can freak out and eat our fingernails. Aluminum cans. Ah! Flour. Ah! Canned soup. Ah! Pasta. Ah! And rice. Ah! I got all those things, so I'm good. And also, meat prices are up again. There is so much meat on my homestead right now that we're literally trying to figure out who to kill next. And praise the Father, there's no damn room in any of our freezers. Yeah, I want to be the Oprah of MRAPs. Everybody look on your seat. An MRAP for you, and an MRAP for you, and an MRAP for you. And you get a 240. Here you go. Watch the feed tray. It's finicky. Crop yield may be far above the demand, which was lowered by the trade war and the pandemic. That's good. That's good. Crop yield may be, see the qualifier there? May be far above the demand, which was lowered by the trade war and the pandemic. And then I got to tell you, the head dance monkey in charge and I had a wonderful exchange yesterday concerning this next bit of reporting, Addendum 2. America's nut boom is becoming more and more like a nut bust. That is literally a quote from an article. Yeah, man, if you want a Mark 19, that's fine, Tommy, but I'm not carrying your ammo, okay? Just kidding, I love you, bro. I'll carry your ammo. So this is an excerpt from an email that was sent to me by the HDMIC, head dance monkey in charge, with the heading, "Please don't hate me for this. I just can't help it." These are quotes from the actual article written about the trade war over America's nuts. We'll all have to suck it up. A bumper crop of nuts is one thing, but now the nut industry, comprising almonds, walnuts, and pecan farmers, has been at the mercy of the president's trade war, resulting in plunging demand for American nuts. America's nut boom is becoming more and more like a nut bust. China and the rest of Asia have been regularly importing U.S. nuts over the years, but that has decreased since the trade war began, forcing Beijing to smack America's nuts with tariffs. These people knew what they were doing when they wrote this article. Oh, gosh. Half a yard, homemade gummy bear. Legal, political, and military. Backlash for not complying with self-quarantine policies are resulting in tyrannical backlash. Recently, one Kentucky couple were ordered to wear ankle monitors after the wife refused to sign self-quarantine papers. She had agreed to notify the health department if she was to leave her house for any reason. But that apparently was not enough. We, the HDMIC and I decided that in our minds, there was a negotiating table with America on one side and China on the other. And they were both sitting there with their dangly parts, the legs wide open, their dangly parts, negotiating. And there was lots of, yeah. Oh, your nut are too high. We strap your nuts now. Yeah, it was the best. The best. The yellow Black Lives Matter street mural in front of the Trump Tower in Manhattan was defaced with paint for the third time in a single week, leading to the arrest of 2 women. So good morning, Sister Francis. Try and survive, and good morning, brother. I'm not sure. It sounds like the people who defaced the mural were the good guys, but they got arrested by the police. Yeah, I'm digging. I know it's not a street mural. I'm just saying. That's right, independent misery. You know, I mean, I struggle to care, frankly, though, because it's like, it's in New York City. I have zero hope of New York City getting its poop in a group. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not surprised. I'm not, oh my gosh, something stupid happened in New York City? Who'd have thought? I mean, if like something like that happens in Woodward, Oklahoma, I'll be like, that's a fine data point there. But New York City? No. Oregon is suing federal agencies for civil rights abuses after protesters, which were actually rioters, were arrested and tear gas and flashbangs were used. Good. Federal officers drove around in unmarked vans and grabbed protesters off the streets. Yes, for detention without explanation. Protesters. This has caused alarm. The mayor has called for the troops to leave the city. See, this is, you want the people in unmarked vans in ninja suits to work for you and to be friends with you. Because there will always be people in unmarked vans in ninja suits. They're not gonna go away. So you just want them to work for you. Or at least be allies with you. You don't want them to work against you because they're gonna be so much better at doing what they do than we are. Okay? So the fact that like twerps are getting renditioned off the street. Bless you, Sister Francis. You're a rock star. Thank you. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Good morning, Vester. We just don't want it to be us that gets renditioned off of the street. To that end, let's go to Addendum 1. We have a little note here from a 3%er. Hashtag bear thumbs. Literally, I'm unable to separate these 2 pieces of paper. There we go. Do you even nerve damage in your digits, bro? Here you go. In case you ever want to use this as a talking point, quote, "Hey Bear, you say you don't see 3% groups doing anything. I am in the 3% group in Kentucky, and my group, particularly my zone, is very active. We just try to be quiet. Back in June, we had credible threats of Antifa coming to my hometown to tear down a monument. Members of our group traveled as much as 4 hours one way to come to our aid. We were well received by law enforcement." That's good. And I'm glad we had an opportunity to shine light on people actually doing what they say they're going to do, because that's how it should be. And so hats off to you, sir. Honestly, good job. The issue that I have is I think you are the exception, not the rule, when it comes to 3% groups. At least in my experience, the ones that I am personally aware of. Martin, Aaron Martin, good morning, brother. Nailed it. Good job. The ones that I have personally brushed up against was all a bunch of, well, no self-censorship. There were a bunch of gear queers dressed in multicam fondling firearms. Talking. They were just talking. And that doesn't get the job done. So, but thanks, Concrete. No such thing. No such thing, Project. Ashley, good morning. And here we go. And this was the moment when the brief went off the rails. No, I just don't see the majority, at least in my experience, the majority of the 3% groups that I'm aware of and or have dealt with, all they do is talk. They're not quiet at all. They blah, blah all over the place. But for you in Kentucky, good job. That's how it should be. Good job. The only thing I might say is maybe y'all need a PR wing to let people know you are doing a good job. Leave little breadcrumbs for the rest of us. Just saying. I have Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast stuck in my head. Just so we're on the same page here. Outkast is not the typical form of American death metal that I listen to. So there you go. Societal in general, protests and riots continue. The sixth night of protesting in Portland, Oregon resulted in tear gas and stun grenades on a smaller group of several hundred that broke off from the main group that police officials said intentionally tries to injure officers. Good. Definitely shoot tear gas at them and stun grenades. That's wonderful. Where are the beanbags? Beanbag the crap out of their American nut shortage. If you're, by the way, just as a brief aside, if you're in Oregon and you need somebody to train you on doing the things with a handgun or with one of these, go see Red Frog. Go see Red Frog. Chris, Stephanie, Kendra, Shannon, Shaloha. Go see Red Frog. Yes, I said go see Red Frog. Go do it. Especially if you're a female and you're like, how do I learn how does this thing work with, do I look at it this way? No, you don't do that. Like, how do we do this? Go see Red Frog, okay? Okay, awesome. Regardless of state mandates, more and more businesses are requiring customers to wear masks. Lowe's, Menards, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Home Depot, and in the near future, Aldi and Target. In other news, a list of places I won't be going: Lowe's, Menards, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Home Depot, and in the near future, Aldi and Target. Listen, everybody's gonna have their own threshold for pain, their own tolerance, right? Good job, Mr. Brees. I love the link. Good job, Mr. Brees. Everybody has their own, how much bullcrap can you stand? I talked about this yesterday. I'm just not interested in modifying my behavior for the simple sake of complying when it doesn't actually do anything. All of the reports make it clear it doesn't actually do anything. For COVID, yeah, if you are in a surgery ward, or what am I looking here for? In an operating room, there you go. If you're in an operating room, yes, having that mask on makes a lot of sense. You know what else makes sense? Don't sew up the patient with the hemostat still inside of them. Like, these are basic things, right? But it doesn't stop viruses. If the mask doesn't stop viruses, why am I wearing the mask? It's a behavioral modification thing. And I'm just not, Michael Harris, good morning, man. I'm just not interested in modifying my behavior to make you feel better about yourself. Ergo, I won't do it. And on top of that, there's nowhere in the Constitution that says you get to tell me to do that. And the only place in the Bible that it says you wear a mask is in the Torah. When we know you're sick, we know that you're sick, you've already been tested, you wear a covering from the eyes down, and you're put outside the camp. Not because we want to watch you slowly starve to death and die. We still take care of you. We just separate you. What an interesting idea. You are sanctified from the rest of the camp so that you stay sick over there so that we don't get sick over here. You're quarantined with a mask on, but we feed you, we check on you, so forth and so on. That's the only biblical example of mask wearing or not mask wearing. I don't have COVID. I'm not wearing a mask. If I did have COVID, then I should be covered from here down and put over there, per the Torah. So, NWA Prepper, good morning, man. So I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to conform to that. Jimmy James, bless you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You wascally wabbit. Maybe you're a mascally mabbit. You ever think about that? You ever play that game? I need more of this coffee. Right? Like, here's the other thing. My local stores are about to get even more foot traffic. Praise the Father. My local butcher isn't going to know what to do, right? Because, like, I'm going to be all up in there now. Like, I already am, but now I'm, like, every day. You're going to see me like, we got more T-bones? Give me them T-bones. What else you got? What else can I buy from you? Oh, what's up, guy with a pickup truck full of watermelons? That's right. Ain't going to Walmart at all anymore. What do you have? What can I buy from you? You still take this paper fiat currency, right? Awesome. Let's do it. Like, the separation is only going to get deeper. Everybody over here just marching in lockstep. I wear a mask. I use my debit card. Coins are bad. Government is good. I'm safe. I feel good over here. And then normal people over here like, that shit is stupid. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I have this money. Can we transact business without the government getting involved? Cool. All the robots can go over here. I'll be over here living life. Like, I'm just not doing it, man. I'm just not doing it. So, that's all. Bought potatoes this weekend from a farmer on the other side of the road. Awesome, bro. Awesome. That's what it's supposed to be, man. That's how we're supposed to do it. Farmers market all the way. You know what? In the town where my office is, they have one on Friday and Saturday. Well, I'm not down here transacting business on Saturday, but I am here on Friday. Man, and the lady who runs it, I've already told her, I said, whatever you have left over at the end of the day that you don't want, just come see me. I got you. I'm good. So, like, yeah. Act local. Think local. Good. Maybe these giant corporations, now granted, they certainly have their place. Shalom, Air Force retired. Maybe these giant corporations will see the financial impact of their bending the knee and appeasement and realize we can't continue to appease the government and stay in business. They'll probably see bailouts because remember, in my mind, this whole COVID thing is the mechanism that's being used to crash land the economy anyway. So, nice sleeves. Thanks. I got sleeves, bro. They're rolled up, though. Anywho, what were we talking about? The Division of Emergency Management's Operations Center in Flo. What the heck was that? Michael Wright, bless you. Thank you. Muddy May, bless you. Thank you. The Division of Emergency Management's Operations Center in Florida, there we go, was closed for deep cleaning after 12 staffers tested positive. It is unclear if or how critical operations continued during this time. So, that's cool. And as we know, the number of tests are just obnoxiously bad. Fort Smith had a gun show where there were like 9,000 people and 12 firearms. The gun inventory right now is stupid bad. Stupid bad. Like, Palmetto's got next to nothing. Century Arms has a decent AK in stock. Decent. It's priced a little high, but it's decent. And where was it? Bud's. I think Bud's had some Glocks. And forget ammo. Ammo is stupid high. Oh my gosh. Stupid high. Although Century did have a Red Army 7.62x39, which is junk. But 1,000 rounds of Red Army for $259, which is steel cased corrosive ammo. But Michael the Screech Owl, bless you. Thank you. Country living is not easy, but it is good. Amen. People conflate easy and good. Easy is what got us into this mess in the first place, because we kept subcontracting the hard stuff to everybody else, and that made us weak and lazy and slothful and put us in a financially precarious situation, economically speaking, because we wanted everything to be easy. I'm talking on the macro, but a lot of people on the micro too. We wanted everything to be easy rather than to work hard and let it be good. Good and easy are not the same thing. People conflate that all the time. I want good, but like, I'm sore right now. I'm sore. My whole body hurts because we've been getting after it on the homestead. Like, and we're so busy. We're so getting after it that I'm at one brother's house working on something for him. This is literal truth. I'm not at my place working on my place. I'm over here working at another brother's place doing something for him. Well, his brother that he shares land with is working on my wife's car, while another brother is at my house working on my porch, and another brother is trying to figure out how to build a cabin on a piece of land adjacent to us, and a sister's got a couple of her kids over at my house weeding my garden, and then we've got to go over at this place and run power and water for another cabin, and it's like, and praise the Father that there's coverage, because that's how community works. But it's like, I haven't even been working on my own house. Now, work is getting done on my house. Exactly, Kentucky Prepper. That is straight community blessing. Exactly, man. Tribe wins. That's exactly right. But it's like, I haven't even been working on my place, but I've been working on other people's places. And while I'm working on their place, they're literally working on my place. And it's just this constant flow of time, energy, resources. But it's not easy, but damn, is it good. It is so good, man, because everywhere you look, you see progress. It's awesome. You know, and once you reach a critical mass of people, once you get enough people, and it doesn't have to be 97 people, things just start to happen much more easily. So I can't encourage y'all more strongly to get your people together. Randy, bless you. Thank you. Randy's cool. Randy's also a chick. A lady. I guess, yes, that'd be right. Of the female persuasion, although I don't intend to assume your gender, madam. I don't know. Good job, Randy. Question mark. Thank you. All right. Let's talk about AdventureFrontier.com. Because listen, we're all going to need our body armor in the United Farmsteads of America, okay? And if you need body armor, you can get it from adventurefrontier.com. Adventure Frontier has your Spartan armor. They have your level 3+, your level 4 ceramic plates, your triple curve, your anti-spall coating, your side plates, your MOPC, your Ranger carrier, your ballistic helmets, your this, your that, the blah, 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 blah. All those things are at adventurefrontier.com. If you, fluffy bunny lives do matter. If you, yeah, they got the shooter's cut, the swimmer's cut, the fat guy plates. They got all the stuff. Holy, bless you. Thank you. If you have a need for armor, you can go to adventurefrontier.com. You can get the AR-500 stuff, the AR-550 stuff, the multi-hit ceramic stuff, whatever you prefer. And you can use promo code BEARNATION for $10 off. So, Glock Girl 777. Yes, women plates are one of those things. I don't know what lead times are, guys. I don't work there. But I'll tell you what, I've got the stuff that I ordered from them, I've gotten in a reasonable amount of time when you consider that the entire planet is affected. Frank, 12,000 retail, just under 12,000 retail for the drum set. I bought that the day I turned 18, and I had $12,000 cash in my pocket because my entrepreneurial prowess began at age 15. And for my 18th birthday, I bought myself that drum set. And I went into the drum store with $12,000 cash, and I left with less than $200. So it was like 11,800 and something. I think I had 178 bucks left. So, Tama, of course Tama. Dude, the best. The best. Do you even birch, bro? Right. So, Adventure Frontier for your armor. They also carry Ifaks, the best on the planet. I'm a little biased, but the best on the planet. You can get your bare fac, your bare minimum there as well to hang on your plate carrier or your chest rig. And you can legitimately get fluffy bunnies there. Right there. Patches and stickers, Adventure Frontier, right there, by our good friend, the NWA Prepper, with a small cameo from Buzz Lightyear, because Aspen likes putting stickers on things, and it's hard to argue with a toddler sometimes. So, Buzz Lightyear approves this message brought to you by the NWA Prepper from Adventure Frontier, where they have armor, Ifaks, and fluffy bunnies. Good talk, the best talk. All right, then. I've got a Yamaha custom maple absolute set for sale. 6,500 in it, the year 2000. Yeah, man. People are amazed, like, they don't understand how much stuff adds up. Like, my ride cymbal is $500, that one cymbal. My hi-hats were 450 bucks. So, can Bearfax be sent anonymously? If you have special shipping instructions, yeah. Why was he timed out, Mr. Brees? So, they have no idea. I'm telling you, man. Classroom Bearfax. That's what, Mark, that's what we use these for. Oh, because he has 4 times. Yes, they can be shipped anonymously. Just put in the, when you order, you have a place for comments. Yes, Brian, 10 so far, 10 lives. Too many thoughts. When you order the Bearfac from our store at bearindependent.com, in the comments, just put where you want it shipped or ship anonymously or whatever. You need to make that 11. Roger that, Brian. Can you please email me at November Tango X-Ray Mike Alpha Golf at Gmail? That's great, Ashley. ntxmag@gmail and tell me your story, please, and I'm happy to bump that number to 11. That's freaking awesome. Tell me, Brian. Tell me. That's awesome. Okay, and then for a classroom, yes. Good morning, Lee. So, y'all ask for, what do you use in the classroom? That's what this is for. This is, again, the active shooter response kit. And the reason I put this together, I'll tell you just the idea behind it, okay? So you hang this on the wall next to your door. If something happens, the current doctrine, and this is not advice, the current doctrine is that you run to the door, lock the door, and retreat to the blind corner of the room. Blind corner meaning the corner of the room that the aggressor cannot see into when he looks through the window in the door, okay? There's no line of sight. If there's no line of sight, there's no shot. And statistically, they don't take time to try and unlock the door. They move on to the open doors, okay? So, with that, you hang this next to the door, you run to the door, lock the door, rip the kit off the wall, and now you're holding in your hands a purpose-built blowout kit designed to treat gunshot wounds. It is not designed for anything but treating gunshot wounds. The reason there's a SWAT T up top, and by the way, you can add a SWAT T as an add-on to any of the kits in the bear store for this reason. This works on any size limb, little itty-bitty limbs to this, or my leg. This SWAT T, I've got one in my back pocket because, see that? It's just a band of rubber, essentially. And this thing folds out just like that, okay? And it has these, it's called a SWAT because it's the stretch, wrap, and tuck. If you see these right there, see these rectangles? If you pull until they become squares, you have enough tension on there that it is now a tourniquet. You're applying enough pressure to tourniquet, okay? This can be wrapped on any size limb without an issue. And for EDC, I like them because A, I have kids and I go places with my kids. B, it folds up flat, so if you're keeping it in your back pocket, rather than having a big SWAT tourniquet or a cat tourniquet in there, you got this little folded up thing in your back pocket. So that's why there's a SWAT T in the active shooter response kit, because it'll work on any size limb, adults or children. And it can also be used when you take it in conjunction with, in here, you pull out your gauze. Now I've got a pressure dressing, okay? You apply this to the wound, wrap the SWAT T around it. Now I've got a pressure dressing. I've also got an emergency trauma dressing, which is a pressure dressing. I've also got a cat tourniquet that'll work on adults, no problem. And on larger children, no problem. I've got tape. If I need to make an occlusive dressing, I can. I've got 2 chest seals. I've got 2 strips of quick clot in here. It's designed to treat a couple of casualties if we had to, and I'm holding it in my hand. So with a modicum of training, a teacher, a caregiver, anybody could learn how to use this stuff pretty quick with just a modicum of training. And in fact, if you are with an agency or an institution and you'd like to make a large purchase, 10 or more of these kits, we have special pricing for you. You can email us at sales@bearindependent.com, sales@bearindependent.com, and we'll hook you up on the pricing. And if you need training and you're near enough to me, we'll come see you. So the whole reason that these exist in the first place, see that sign right there? Save lives. That's not just like something that we just talk about. That's our goal. Literally, our mission statement is to save lives while in service to the Most High and experiencing the abundance of His provision and blessing. So That's why this kit specifically exists. The active shooter response kit is for classrooms. It's for churches. It's for small businesses. It's for those applications in this red kit that's reflective. I mean, can he do it? Can he do it? See, it's got reflective striping on it. So even in low light, if you're looking for the kit, you can find it. That's why we made it. We didn't make it because I want to earn millions of dollars off of the tragedy of increasing violence in the United States and go retire on a yacht somewhere. And unlike some of these other companies, Trauma Pack, we don't look at our cost and then triple it and then determine that that's what our retail is going to be. So for classrooms, this is the one that I recommend. That's why it exists. It was specifically built for classrooms. And then also, like I said, churches, schools, small businesses, banks. I mean, hell, even on the range. It's a great kit for the range. It's a great car kit. So I don't want to harp on that. I've already harped on those kits enough, but you asked and I answered. That's what I recommend for a classroom. Let's move it right along. Single account insider intel and miscellaneous. Quote, driving to St. Louis from Northwest Arkansas, and every pit stop I have seen very little mask wearing. Even employees have been unmasked. EMS supervisor. Quote, hold on. Quote, my disaster medical response team, Region 4, has been placed in standby to staff an ambulance 24/7 for transfers of COVID-19 patients from St. Francis Muskogee, this is in Oklahoma, to OSU in Tulsa. They are seeing an uptick in ICU admits for COVID-19 and anticipate it to grow. St. Francis, Maine, and Tulsa is already at capacity in both ICU and on the floors. While I do not think this is the second wave, we will see that this fall, I think. There is definitely a trend upwards in cases and admissions to the hospital. So take that for what it's worth. Are people getting schwacked? Are the wrenches doing that thing? Oh, is somebody talking shit? James Matthews, you're probably going to want the adventure kit, which is not up yet, but stay tuned. Give me about a week and I'll show it to you. Hey, Robert. Was Mike being an a-hole? Thank you, Wrenches of the Bear. Listen, you want to see me profit for war? You don't know nothing about bear. You don't know nothing about bear. Roger that, Jimmy James. Let me reiterate, and I know, and I love you guys, and I'm not going to get off track here, okay? So we're going to suppress the anger. Let me reiterate my mission statement for all of you. Our mission is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom and experiencing the abundance of His provision and blessing. Okay. Are we doing a Tactical Tuesday, Bear? Well, I don't know for two reasons. A, it's Monday, and B, we'll see. Don't believe me, just watch. That's right, Sarah. That's right. I was shopping at a Hillsboro, Oregon Costco with my son on 17 July. We were done and approached the register. I was stopped by the manager and told that if I did not have a face covering on, It's funny. We've now gone from this to this. If I did not have a face covering on, that I would not be allowed to check out. I said no, and they told me that we would have to leave if I did not cover. I left. Southwest District Health Department in Caldwell, Ohio, has banned the public from attending a virtual board meeting and has not posted minutes from that meeting after the last attempt was interrupted by swarming protesters. Oh, taxation without representation? Cool. And the IKEA in St. Louis, Missouri was very empty. Pics of this on Patreon. Holy cow, it was empty. And other contributors report a severe lack of pressure-treated lumber. We have done seen the same thing here. Construction materials are becoming even more difficult to get a hold of, which when you have myriad ongoing construction projects, it's a little difficult to perform construction without construction materials. So, I do want to take a moment to reiterate the Dance Monkeys, intel at bearindependent.com. They are rock stars, and so please make sure you are passing your actionable intel to them, the Dance Monkeys. Intel at bearindependent.com is the email address. Mr. Zeke, bless you. And your silver linings, your good news, all of that stuff, whatever you got that's actionable, please bring it to the Dance Monkeys so that they can bring it to the rest of us. I think as the world continues to spiral into potential chaos, we need to be consistently reminded of A, how good the Father is, and B, how good people are. Because, listen, in the macro, people suck. But in the micro, Bear Nation, we gotta be the light, right? Like, we just have to be the light. And I'll tell you, like, those silver linings help keep me filled up. We all need Jason masks. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. So please continue to pass your intel to the Dance Monkeys, intel at bearindependent.com. I'm going to put this SWAT tee back in my back pocket so it's there when I need it for next time. Okay? Okay. Good talk. In international news, the U.S. has increased the U.S. Increased a spy plane activity and drone operation. The U.S. has increased spy plane and drone operations. Nailed it. And deployed 2 aircraft carriers in the South China Sea. China has sent fighter aircraft to the region. The best region. The best. Putin has ordered massive military drills on the Ukrainian border. Listen, guys, if this cough doesn't go away in another couple of weeks, it's probably the CIA trying to kill me. So just know that now, okay? Like, for real. Melbourne, Australia, is also under a mask order. Exceptions include medical conditions, athletic activities such as running, and banking. Non-compliance can result in a $200 on-the-spot fine. The good news is $200 Australian is about $6 US, so it's not that big of a deal. Thanks, Ashley. Yet another explosion in Iran, this time at an oxygen factory. This one was blamed on faulty equipment, but responsibility for one of the explosions earlier this month in the same region was laid at the feet of Israel. You think? There have been an absurd number of explosions at key sites in the country, but a lack of a satisfactory explanation. We have diplomacy, we have war, and then we have the third option, covert action. You better bet your American Chinese arguing over dangly parts. That's what's going on there. Pastor Joe, Pastor Joe of Viking Preparedness, on his Patreon page yesterday did a world sit rep, which he does a good job at. It's one of my favorite things that he does. Talking about Israel and Iran and China and America yesterday on his Patreon page. Covert action t-shirts. I mean, maybe we have, please describe the adventure kit. All right, hold on. But I don't just talk the talk with Patreon. I walk the walk, and Pastor Joe is one of the people, one of the 8 channels I support on Patreon. Also support survival prepping for normal people. The Revolting Man, Adapt 2030, Yankee Survival. So, anyway, Pastor Joe at Viking Preparedness, worth $1 a month at a minimum for sure. I think I'm at his $10 level, and recommend strongly. His world sit reps are the bomb. And in New South Wales, they have several family-owned chicken farms facing a bankruptcy. Australians consume 3 times as much chicken as pork and lamb. So that's kind of a big deal. No chicken, bad deal, because everybody loves chicken. Hold on. Yeah, oh, Ice Age Farmer. I support him at Patreon as well. So I'll get the adventure kit. We're going to talk briefly about it. It's not... Oh, I do support Forward Observer on Patreon. It's not on the store yet, but I'll tease you with it. Well, my goodness. Gosh, are we gonna do anything but talk about first aid kits this show? All right. So, this comes in a condor pouch because our brother Cody can barely keep up with these as it is. So, but this is a good quality pouch. Otherwise, I would not bring it to you. This is the adventure kit, okay? OD, tan, and black are the colors this is available in. Predominantly OD, but OD, tan, and black. It's got this molly on the back, so you could molly it to something, but it's pretty large. It's got a carry strap. You could throw it over your thing. You could definitely molly this to like a day pack or a 72-hour bag or a rucksack for sure. And it's got a carry handle. You can carry it like a satchel. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Pop the clasp. And then it folds out like this, and it's got one compartment here, a second compartment here, a third compartment here. And rather than tear into everything that's in here, I'll read to you a little bit of what's in here. No excuses, we want a drum solo. Well, Tim, I got good news for you. You're late to the party. I don't care. Those drums are mine. And they're one of the very few things that I don't share with y'all. Good morning, Cameron. So, this is for boo-boos, broken bones, and bullet holes. Okay? Everybody tracking? Boo-boos, broken bones, and bullet holes. And no, I don't have a price yet. It's not in the store yet. But I'll keep you into it. So, in the back, right back here, you have all of the guts of what would be in a bear fac, okay? So all of the bear fac stuff. So you've got your chest seals, you know, cat tourniquet, compressed gauze, decompression needle, airways, quick clot, the whole 9. All of the bear fac guts. You have a good amount of, you've got like 20 sutures, rolled gauze, 4x4s, 2x2s, hemostats, a surgical drape, a whole bunch of stuff, tape for wound closure. You've got lots of wound closure. You've got the pouch, you've got a SAM splint in here, you've got gloves, you've got oral rehydration salts, over-the-counter meds to include Tylenol, Advil, Imodium, Benadryl, handful of other stuff. Surgical tape, 4x4s, 2x2s, steri strips, which are like butterfly bandages, these right here for wound closure as well. You've got those in there. You've got Mylar blanket, and then you got some boo-boo stuff, knuckle bandages, 1x3 bandages, BZK wipes, and a Sharpie, because you always need a Sharpie. And then you can add on to this combat gauze, a SWAT tee, or an additional 6-inch trauma dressing. So that is what's in the adventure kit. I don't know what it's gonna cost. It'll be more than a bare fact, but not much more than a bare fact. It'll be less than 2 bare facts for sure. So, but that's what it is, man. And we'll probably launch that in the store later this week. I'm getting that kit ASAP with a SWAT. Okay, well, today is my wife's day off, but tomorrow I'll tell her to put it in the store and we'll make it happen. So, but it's a good kit, and we wanted to make something that was kind of a step in between a stomp bag and a bare fact, and it's about this big. Here's my head, here's the kit, okay? And yeah, I have a fairly large head, so thanks, man. Is there a need for each individual of a mag to carry both an Ifak and an adventure kit? No. Each individual should have a blowout kit, like an Ifak, like a bare fact or a bare minimum. The adventure kit, it's literally called an adventure kit because how I see this is I'm walking into the woods for a week. We're gonna go camping for a week. And so I have trauma gear. I have trauma gear. But I also have wound closure. I have stabilization for broken bones. I have a way to deal with exposure, you know, rehydration, so forth and so on. Or I'm gonna molly this under the back panel of my Jeep. That if something happens, I have, you know, as I'm driving around, I have a comprehensive first aid kit in my Jeep that's good to go. So this is not something that I would carry on an individual level. Any hydrochloroquine? Can't answer that question. The YouTube nerds will get very, very upset. But it's designed to be not on an individual level, but maybe on a fire team level would probably be the best way to look at it. 3 to 4 people. On a squad level, yeah. You know, if you were looking at outfitting like units, on a squad level, you know, 12 to 14 guys, that's where we get into stomp bags and real medical knowledge, understanding how to use everything that you're carrying. But everybody should have their own, it's called an individual first aid kit for a reason. So every individual should have one. But I would not recommend that everybody carry one of these. It's too big for that. But every 4th person, yeah, sure. Guys, major issue, the coffee pot just turned itself off. I have to address this. I'll be right back. And then we're gonna finish the brief. Another brief upside of handling the SWAT T tourniquet is that it smells like orange creamsicle. I don't know why, but I'm thankful for it. All right. Actionable. If you're struggling to find ammo, try ammoseek.com. Be in communication with your neighbors and your sheriff's department and be prepared as possible for civil unrest in your area. The new firearms transaction record. Oh, of course I use Evans head. Are you kidding me? That's right. HD dries on the snares, 500s on the bottom side, the snare sides. And then I use the G2s, clear, for the toms with the single ply resonance on the bottoms of the toms. Then the EMAD 4s, that's right, on the kick drums with the small muffling ring. And then I've got just resonant heads that are ported for mics on the front side. That's right, see that? Yeah. Freaking awesome. Remo, get out of here with that nonsense. I like Remo, just not for metal. But I digress. Let's see. Reach out and socially support each other. Let people know that I see you, Sister Francis. Thank you. Let people know that they're loved and appreciated. If you cannot acquire a freezer for meat, try Book of Face and List of Craigs. Alternative food sources, Asian people, Mennonite people, restaurant people, farmer people. If you need medical supplies, clearly bearindependent.com. Wow, Tim Morgan. Hero Soap is amazing. Use promo code BEAR. It's awesome. Thanks, Hillbilly. Let's see. Midwife and veterinarian supply stores for medical supplies. If you cannot obtain seed in your area, use your pantry. Dry beans, seed and found inside of ripe squash and tomatoes, potatoes that have been left to sprout eyes, and so forth. And stay politically vigilant and active. Now, on to silver linings, the best part of our day. Quote, I'm relocating to South Central Missouri and will be out at my property, which is raw land, mid-August. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the knowledge that you share with us. Yah bless you all. Keep it coming. At the age of 52, I feel like my mind is a sponge and I'm yearning to learn. Praise Yah. That is awesome. We got our prepper classroom notebook in the mail today. I ordered it less than a week ago, so you guys rock. Gonna go through and rewatch the series and take notes. Amen and thank you. Here's the deal. These things have a long lead time because they're handmade, made in America, guaranteed forever. Everything else, we really, really, really are trying to keep an inventory so we can fill orders quickly. So I appreciate y'all greatly. I really, really, really do. You love the upbeat ADD version. Thanks, Tony. Next, my wife and I left the Australian capital in late 2019 and relocated to a piece of land outside the city. We now have chickens, turkeys, a garden, and are stacking food to the rafters. Shortly after we relocated, we were directly impacted by the Australian bushfires and had to evacuate. By the hand of the Father, when we returned, our home was as we left it. Awesome. Since then, we have gone from strength to strength during the pandemic and owe all our blessings to the Most High. Amen. Winnie, bless you. Awesome. Y'all know the deal. Bear Nation, you can find each other on the forums at bearindependent.com. You can go there. Check out the new website. Mr. Brees has been doing a lot of work behind the scenes on tuning up the website a little bit. Thank you, Mr. Brees. And again, the forums at Bear Independent. Also, you guys know where the store is at Bear Independent. Please check out Veterans for Child Rescue. Vets, the number 4 childrescue.org. They have a full-length documentary called Contraland, which you can find at contralandmovie.com. And their goal is to raise awareness about human trafficking, which is the polite way of saying children sold as product for sex. So we obviously have an issue with that. Grindstone Ministries, as of a year ago, shifted its focus from disaster relief because disasters suck. But there are a lot of ministries that do disaster relief to partnering with ministries that rescue and rehabilitate victims of human trafficking and sex crimes. So we are putting together one last deployment to Bethany House to dot all the I's and cross all the T's to get it spun up and running. And we're also partnering with Veterans for Child Rescue to raise awareness about what they're doing. Thank you, Ashley Storms. You rock. People need to know that this is happening. One of the things that Vets for Child Rescue is really good at doing is raising awareness. That is their portion of this. They assist law enforcement in developing actionable intel and extracting children from bad situations. And they also develop protocols to raise awareness so that people know. Thank you, Geist88. That's awesome intel. Thank you. So please check out Veterans for Child Rescue and tell them Bear sent you. Also, I would appreciate it, Bear Nation, if y'all would pray over this. I have reached out to Tim Ballard with Operation Underground Rescue, and I am hoping to have a conversation with him. Have not heard back yet, but I'm hoping to have a conversation with him about how we can partner. But what I really want to know, is where do their children go after they're rescued? Because there are many, many stories like this, but it's tragic where for example, there are 2 kids that were rescued from the cartel that were being trafficked. They were sold for sex. And they were moved to an orphanage. The orphanage then sold them back to the cartel, where they were rescued from again. So that didn't really help anything, did it? And so there has to be good places for these kids to go. And so I need to know if they're rescuing 10,000 kids a year, where are they going? See, this is why it's so important that Bethany House gets up and running. So pray over Bethany House too. We need Bethany House up and running. And we need people to partner with Bethany House in addition to not just the Bear Nation and not just Grindstone, but they need people to physically be on site and to help run it. And, frankly, building it is the easy part. Staffing it and running it is the hard part. And they need people to do that. But we need Bethany House up and running. And then we need 1,000 more like it. And so keep that in prayer, please. And please, if you would, pray over me having an opportunity to talk with Tim Ballard and find out what are they doing. What is happening to these victims? Where are they going? Are they just getting cycled through the system and ended up back in the hands of the a-holes that, destroyed their life in the first place? Because that's unacceptable to me. So, y'all know how to get a hold of Grindstone Ministries. You can go to grindstoneministries.com. Disaster Coffee, Sanctified Supply Co. and Amendment 1 Preparedness, our ongoing, awesome, badass sponsors, and we appreciate you deeply. Let's pray. Good morning, Father Yah. Father, I don't know how to continue to help these kids the least of these. You tell us in your word it'd be better to have a millstone tied around your neck and to be thrown into the sea than to harm one of these children. And Father, I'm frustrated because we're trying, and our trying doesn't feel good enough. And it pisses me off. So, Father, I humbly ask that you would show me what to do. And I will do it. But I can't do it if you don't show me. So please show me what to do. Make it clear to me. Make it clear to my team. Make it clear to everybody within the sound of my voice. What do we do to address this evil? And I know at the end of an age, you're going to come back and you're going to set all this to rights. And there won't be pain and suffering and hurt and angst anymore. But I believe firmly in the meantime, there's a kingdom here. Your people here that need your love, that need your strength, and that we are commanded to be your hands and your feet. And I know that you move us through conviction, and so I'm just asking you to move me in the right direction. To open doors and create opportunities for us to come in agreement and do this and to save lives while in service to you. Father, if there's anything within the sound of my voice that is not of you, I rebuke it in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Command it to flee. Be gone from us. Fill me up with your Ruach HaKodesh, your Holy Spirit, Father. That you would be indwelt in us. That we would experience the provision and blessing of you. That we would know you and walk with you, Father. That you would bring peace and strength and love and power and authority and wisdom and discernment and comfort, Father. Knowledge and understanding. There's so many people that are hurting right now, Father, that are uncertain. I pray that you would reach out to them this very moment. That you would lift that fear from them, that anxiety, that uncertainty, that you would minister to that this very moment, Father. That you just take it. That belongs to you anyway, and we're just giving it to you because we are not built to bear that. Father, we can see that this life is yours. And I ask that you would use it for your glory. That you would build testimony in us and through us. That people would see you shining through us. That you would remove all doubt and fear and uncertainty, Father. You would be sovereign over all things, even as we do war against the enemy, and he does war against us, that we would fix our feet firmly to the battlefield of life and know you. Father, thank you for this. Thank you for my team. Thank you for my wife, for my family, for my clan, and for my tribe. Father, thank you that my life looks the way that it does. Father, use us today for your will. I ask these things in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Bless y'all. Love you back, Tango Charlie. Douglas, good morning, brother. Go be the light, Bear Nation. Concrete, bless you, bro. Go be the light. It's a scary world out there, but not for us. That's the dichotomy. Shalom, y'all.